The All Sports Media Wednesday Sports Talk Show, hosted by Edward Hall and the two little, I don't know what you call me and Ryan, but we like the little people. Edward the big people, we the little people. But alongside Mark Gregory, Ryan Garnett, how are you doing?
I was trying to keep myself awake with some Coke in this cup.
We'll wait till Edward starts looking up, looking like he's alive, until we'll let him take over his own show. But he's put together a pretty good show tonight, and the guests. And but before we get started, a big shout out to our very own Cade Elam, winning Mister Kentucky baseball, and well deserved. And I think we just had that young man on our show Sunday night. So, uh, anybody that heard that interview just figured out how humble he is, and he's all about team first. Love him, love his family, and big congratulations to Cade. Well deserved, and that future's bright for that young man.
Absolutely, that it's well deserved from the work that he puts in on and off the field, and for just being such a humble young man. But on that note, we're going to take a quick intermission and thank our sponsors.
The team at the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media wants to take the time to thank our sponsors, Bryant Family Medicine and Heather Martinez Realtor. We also want to thank our support staff, Valerie Rutherford, Allison Messer, Larry Spicer, Addison Sloan, John North, Shane Shackelford, and last but not least, Keisha Ambergy. With the support of our fine sponsors, our dedicated staff, and you, the members, we are all working on one goal, the promotion of student athletes. With this team, we can't miss.
Hi, I'm Heather Martinez, active community member and your realtor. Give me a call or text 606-344-0217, or you can reach me by email, heather.martinezrealtor@gmail.com.
And there he is. I was fixing to say it. Edward has left the building, but there he is.
So, yeah, I typically try to leave the building. But, while we're waiting on our first guest to come on, again, going to give a big shout out again to Cade Elam for winning, Mr. Baseball. But we've also got, a little bit different of a guest coming on today. He is if I'm not mistaken, he is the founder of TSW. So we will be also having Marvelous Mike Murphy coming on today, which is a professional independent wrestler. So, I'm looking forward to getting to talk to him a little bit and about what some of the upcoming events that they're having. And everybody stay tuned and come out there and watch some of them. But,
every time I go on that wrestling, watch that wrestling, they put on good, really good shows, and they love the kids. But I just want to just go on there and body slam somebody myself. Me and Ryan, we're going after the tag team titles. Yeah.
Y'all, I've never actually been to one.
He don't know what he's missing.
You'll find out shortly about their next upcoming big time event. But, like I said, you can talk to Marvelous Mike Murphy himself about taking on the tag team champs. I think he might have a little something about that.
Well, Ryan, go in there and lead the way. Go in there body slamming everybody. I don't know what Ryan's name would be, but mine would definitely be the honest one.
Well, Mr. Honest One, are you ready to bring on our first guest?
Hey, I'm honestly ready.
It might be the only honest thing you'll say all night. So, Macy, first off, I want to thank you for taking the time to come on, and I just gotta ask you your thoughts on your season.
Thank you for having me. Well, I feel like a lot of people doubted us this season because last season was not so good, which I didn't get to play last season, so I don't really know. So I feel like having everybody doubt us kind of lit a fire under me, so it made me want to work even harder.
So, I will say I did get to watch you firsthand, especially up there at the Somerset Turf Classic. So, I got to ask you about playing on their field. Does the colors does it play any factor in the game? Because I mean, I was just stunned out there myself.
I love playing on Somerset's field, actually. I think it's so pretty. I like how it's so different, and I love turf fields.
Absolutely. I got 1,000 questions, but Mark, Ryan, I'll let you all take the field.
Macy, just thank you for coming on, and I guess school's out for you right now, ain't it? So
Yeah.
okay, so I would say we got school and life all the whole school. So what are you doing on with school out right now? What are you doing?
I have basketball camp tomorrow, actually.
Okay,
I've
okay.
been in the gym. I've been working out, and then I've been shooting because there's really no off season for me because I play basketball and softball and travel for both. So my summer is always booked up.
So you're not in your room listening to music and playing games like all my kids do.
Nah.
But I know Edward is really high on you. He has spoken about you quite a bit. And I don't know if you're familiar with his shows, but he does a must see list.
Oh,
And
yeah, I've seen them.
yeah, and you're always on that list. So he has a real eye for talent. So I know you work hard, and you've worked hard to get to where you're at right now. So just tell me. I know you said you played basketball also. I mean, what kind of training do you do just to keep your body in shape?
Well, actually, I tore my ACL last season for basketball. And so the whole entire summer, I stayed at PT and I stayed working out, and I got my legs really, really strong. And from then, I kind of got a little like a workout like set plan for my legs. And so all of a sudden, like it just kind of came natural ever since I had PT for my injury. So now every day I keep working at that because I don't want to my leg to like go back.
So do you feel like you're back to 100%, or you 90 or 80, or you feel good?
I feel like it's around like it kind of depends because I could be good like all season, but like if I have like an off week and then try and come back and do so much, then my leg kind of gets a lot like tired and like throbbing and it hurts and stuff. But I think it's gonna get there by the end of this season. Like basketball, it's gonna be like 100%.
I believe I see here you're a junior. I guess you're going into your senior year. Am I right?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Are there any early graduation plans, or are you going to ride your whole senior year out?
I'm gonna ride my whole senior year
Okay.
out.
Okay. Have you put plans on after graduation? I mean, or anything like that yet, or you just focus right now on what you're doing?
I'm kind of focused on like what I'm doing. I mean, for like job wise, I'm co-oping, so I'm gonna be like a teacher assistant.
Okay.
And so I'm in that like pathway, for teachers and stuff. I really want to do like elementary education, but like for basketball, I think I'm gonna play college basketball, which I've been talking to Cumberland's and Campbellsville and places like that. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Okay. Now you said basketball. I gotta ask you one question before I let Rod have you. Okay. I don't know if you saw that little rinky dink commercial we tried to put together. I did like the granny shot from the free throw line and switched it. So in front of a bunch of people, would you do a granny shot if you had to?
Yeah.
But they actually seen me hit it,
Hmm.
and they'll still not face the truth. Ryan was like throwing some half court deal. He hit some person, and then had to run off. I don't know what Edward was doing, but he hit the wall. Well, it was ugly. Trust me,
I'll about do anything. I'm kind of crazy.
Ryan.
Taking where you play both sports, how do you transition so quickly from like softball or from basketball to softball?
I think it's just been growing in me. I've done it since I've been like 5. Because when I was little, I played every sport you could play because I did gymnastics. I did cheer. I done anything you could think of. So I think when I transition, it's just kind of like natural for me to like, oh, I have to get basketball. But like at the end of the season, so at the end of basketball season, I'd start hitting like in the cage and stuff and getting ready for softball. But for like at the end of softball, I like right now, I'm in the gym shooting again. So it's kind of normal for me.
Yeah, and Marcus smiled because he knows the question that's coming. Uh, what's your favorite restaurant to eat at in Mount Vernon?
Oh gosh. Probably any of the Mexicans. I love Mexican food. I ate it today. I literally ate it like 20 minutes ago.
Mount Vernon's like the Berg over here in Williamsburg. You know, they're very limited
Yeah.
in little places to eat at, but
Yeah, there's
And
about 4 like sit down restaurants.
Mark usually asks this, but I'm Mexican. Do you get the cheese sauce over everything or the red sauce?
I don't really go for cheese sauce.
wow.
Nope,
Macy,
I'm more salsa.
Macy, you're probably one of the first ones that said that they take the red sauce over the cheese sauce.
I can't help it. I just like salsa, so.
Do you like the real spicy salsa or the more easier laid back stuff?
I mean, spicy don't really bother me, but I'll probably go back for like the laid back so I can eat more of it.
But Edward,
But before Edward starts, Macy, maybe you could educate Edward on this, and okay? He loves Taco Bell, loves it. I mean, we all like Taco Bell, but
Yeah.
will not eat Mexican. I know, Macy. I know. See,
Ow.
look at her. Look at her, Edward. She's at all.
Well, I can't really say much because my best friend, she don't eat Mexican either. Every time we go, she'll go through like McDonald's or Wendy's or something else and she'll come eat with me, but she won't eat it.
See, my biggest thing is I can't read nothing on the menu, and I'm a very picky eater as it is, so I don't like pointing and not knowing what's coming.
Macy said there's only like 3 items. You got burrito, taco, and rice. I mean, that's about all you got in the Mexican restaurant.
Well,
A burrito deluxe,
burrito,
a compound burrito, a burrito nacho.
I'm gonna get a burrito or a taco.
A grilled nacho.
That way I get it quicker. But yeah, see now you got me wanting to go Taco Bell. So,
I'm pretty hungry myself. I want one of them Frosties from Wendy's with the caramel and the vanilla and yeah.
So now knowing that you play basketball, that makes sense why you was making all them jumping and diving catches up there look so easy.
Oh my goodness. Sometimes I dive and I don't even know where I'm headed.
Because if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure on one of them was live streaming. Ryan said you jumped about 4 foot in the air to grab that softball.
Yeah.
I could probably go back and try to find it.
So, are you out there when you play basketball? Are you dunking on anybody?
I wish I could. No, I'm usually shooting or I go in and lay up. So I'm not really the dunking type.
Well, if you could put it in a softball term that way, you was dunking the softball when you was up to the plate. So
That's funny.
But, I do got to ask you, being a multi-sport star, how does that help you going from one sport to the other?
Going from like basketball to softball, I think all that like working out that we do, because I don't get to do like softball and conditioning at all. So all that workout, because we work out through the whole entire season still. unless we have games every single day. But that, like, I think that strengthens, like, my whole entire body to get into softball. And, like, I'm already exercised for softball. Like, after softball, I have whole summer to get back to basketball. So I think having that, like, endurance for softball is, like, really good. I mean, you don't really run in softball, but in the outfield, you do.
So, I got to ask you, what's your favorite aspect about softball?
Ooh. That's a tough one. Let me think. I don't know. I kind of like softball is kind of like just fun to me in general. Like everything about softball is just fun. I mean, there's times where you have to be serious, but I feel like I'm always trying to make everybody laugh and giggle. And I feel like having my teammates there with me, I don't know. I think softball just comes with teammates, if that makes sense.
It does make sense. So, you kind of partially answered one of my questions at the beginning where you said you like turf. So,
Mhm.
did you like turf more than the old school classic dirt infield?
Yeah, it's easier to slide on because once you slide a little bit, you just keep going.
But wouldn't it be easier to get like a turf burn or something like that?
Yeah, I got we played at Casey County, and I took a big nosedive in the first base because I was coming back to first, and I got my whole arm was turf burned.
Being a bus driver, with all the turf fields now, after the trips, you don't have to sweep all the dirt and all that
Yeah.
mud off the floor. You sweep them little black pellets off the floors now. So yeah,
Right.
so it's much easier cleanup.
I call them black BBs. Is
Yeah,
what I
black
call
PB rubber seal or something.
So, your personal opinion, who would you consider your biggest rival?
Our biggest rival, probably Pulaski, because they beat us for the district, which is kind of sad because it shouldn't have happened, but some things happen for a reason.
So,
Absolutely.
tell me the atmosphere at a Rockcastle Pulaski County game because I seen what it was like up there at the Somerset Turf Classic they was having. So tell me about like when you're facing your rivals, the atmosphere and like how your fans are.
Oh my gosh, my freshman year, you should have seen it. It was crazy. I think it was the district again for the championship. And there's so many people. If we're at Pulaski, there's so many people. If we're at Rockcastle, there's still so many people. And it's just like going back and forth, back and forth. And like it's always a really good win to beat Pulaski, no matter what. Like even basketball. Like the gym is always filled. I feel like they're always kind of the same amount of talent, like wise. And so if we beat them, it's like, oh, it's a good win. But like if we lose them, it's like, oh, it's okay. It's a like good loss, you know. But beating them is probably one of my favorite things all season.
So I'm actually looking at your schedule and the stats as we're going. So have you ever like pitched in softball or have you always just played like infield and just hit it?
Okay, well, I used to when I was like or let me think. It was like freshman year. My coach really wanted me to pitch because where I'm so tall and lanky, he was like, "You can pitch and you like it'll be good." So okay, I'll give it a try. So he took me to pitching lessons a few times. Not my thing. My aunt, she was a pitcher. She played at Central. My brother was a baseball pitcher. My whole family's been pitchers. I don't think I'm made for it. My arm started giving out. I just stuck at outfield.
So I do got to ask you. I see you play defense and you hit it at the plate. So which one do you prefer? Do you prefer making that big catch to get that third out to get your team flop back over to being on offense, or do you prefer hitting the home runs like I see that you do?
Probably home run. Because I don't know. I mean, I would like to make the catch, but I feel like when you're batting, everybody's on the fence cheering. So when you get that, it just makes everybody like 20 times more hype.
I give you that, but I'd like to bat too, but most of the pitches that I've seen, I can't even see the softball or baseball coming. So I'm just going to step into it. If I'm going to get on base, it's about the only way I'm making it. But talking about your schedule, it looks like y'all didn't shy away from playing anybody. So just give me your thoughts on how your schedule shaped up this season.
Well, I think our coach really wanted us to play like higher competition this year, and also like since everybody was doubting us, it kind of gave us like that. Oh, we have to like step it up, And so I think that just got us ready for tournament time. Like all of them like playing, we weren't really scared of playing nobody. Our mentality was like we over me. Like that was the whole thing this whole entire year. So I think it wasn't that we were scared of anybody because we would have played anybody. It was just, but we had a lot of injuries this season too. Some of our players did, but we wasn't backing down from nobody. We'd play anybody.
Well, I mean, from looking at your schedule, it sure didn't look like you shied away from anybody. If they wanted to play you, you'd go to them or they could come to you either way. But
Yeah,
so
and if we lost, oh sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, but if we lost, like to a really good team, it was kind of like a lesson more than a loss to us.
So I heard you say your mom was a pitcher in softball. Is that correct?
No, my aunt.
Oh, your aunt. So
Yes.
how hard does like your aunt or you said your brother's a pitcher in baseball. So how hard do they push you?
Well, my aunt is like, I think she's 26 and my brother's 23, so they're kind of older. But my whole entire life, I've been growing up on the ball field. Like, literally, my mom took me on the ball field when I was like 2 months old, watching my aunt play softball. So growing up, they've always pushed me to be like the hardest player, like no matter what happens, like just keep going or like never back down from anybody. You just gotta be confident, those type of things. And I'm so grateful that I have them too in my life because if I didn't, I don't know who I'd be. Like, I don't think I'd be the player that I'd be without my brother.
Absolutely. But Mark,
Two quickies here. When you was talking about rivalries, you in Pulaski County, well, I think of your school at Rock Castle County, and I'm gonna think of another sport, and football, and I say and again, in my opinion, I've watched a lot of sports for a lot of time, but there's something special about a Rock Castle County Bell County football game. It's
Oh my goodness.
something special. I just love those games. I don't care if it's at Bell County or if it's at Rock Castle County. It's I tell people when you're thinking rivalries, you got to think of them two schools in football. It's Macy, I'm sure you would agree with me. You said, "Oh my goodness," for a reason. You probably
Yeah,
agree with me a
that
little bit.
everybody knows that's the biggest game of the year. So
Yeah,
every time you see it, you're trying to clear your schedule to get there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's different. Either place you go to, it's different. Rock Castle's coming to town, Bell County's coming to town. Both towns shut down. Let's get to that game. It's different. And I'm glad that they got both back in the districts where that they're playing and stuff again. That's a game that needs to go on for many many years.
Hmm.
Um, but then my second question is that I've got to ask you is you did absolutely great in this interview. On down the road, if you want to do a Macy podcast or anything like that, you know how to get a hold of us here.
I definitely would. I mean, I could talk for hours. I don't know what I talk about, but I would.
Well, we find something to talk about. But you've been a great interview, and just keep on keeping on. I know Edward's really, really high on you, and he's a good eye on talent. Every time he brings somebody on, you start looking it up. You're like, wow, this person plays. You're a player, and just you keep on keeping on, and everything will work out just fine.
Thank you so much.
Macy, I just want to say congratulations on the season. Best of luck to you when it comes to basketball through the summertime and next year.
And
Thank you.
one other thing forever gets you. We're fixing to have a wrestler on tonight. We got to ask you, Macy. I know you're a team player. Will you team up with Brian and go and win the tag team championships? But she ain't gonna answer that. She's like, I'm not teaming up with Brian. So you wouldn't jump off the top turnbuckle at the
I
elbow?
know me some WWE. I've been watching WWE my whole life because my brother. So if you got any questions about WWE, I can do that. But wrestling, I
So you wouldn't tag up with Brian to try to go win the belts?
I would. I'd jump off the top ring or what is it? The ropes. Yeah.
Ryan strikes through the top to hit somebody with a chair.
So, Macy, the final thing I got for you is a couple graphics we put together for you, and I'll send these to you after the show's over with. But out of the two, just kind of give me an idea on which one you like the most.
Okay. Oh, that's sick. That's awesome. Oh, that one's awesome. I like this one, but I really like the first one. I like that one. It has like the thunder, but I like the other one because it has like different pictures of different things I'm doing.
Absolutely. But Macy, I do want to thank you for taking the time to come on. And like I said, I will send these graphics to you after the show's over with, and they will be posted on every one of our social media sites. But again, I just want to personally thank you for coming on and talking to us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.
We'll see you.
Ryan,
Well,
you're out
talking
of
about
luck.
tag,
You're
about
out of
tag
luck.
titles. You ready to bring him on?
Yeah, Ryan's out of luck. Ryan's out of luck. You just heard that right there. You seen that comment right there.
Well,
here, let's get that comment up
Douglas,
there.
I want to thank you for taking the time to come on.
Hey, no problem.
See, Fiji said, "Get in line. I'm taking those belts."
Well, it looks like you've already got the competitor lined up for those belts.
Hey, we've got a show Saturday.
Well, that's actually one of the things I was going to ask you about. I know you've got a few shows lined up this month, so just talk about them a little bit.
We've actually, this is one of the busiest months we've had all year. We've got 4 shows this month. This Saturday's is the TSW 13-year anniversary. Every year we make a big deal out of the anniversary show. This year we've got 2 rings. So we're going to do a 2-ring battle royal, double elimination. There's a casket match, a tag team tables match. What else? A ladder match and a blindfold match. So a big lineup for this one. And that's at the Knox County Middle School.
Oh, that's like my backyard too.
So see, Ryan, right there you go.
I guess I might know why I'm going Saturday.
Which I haven't missed one in the last, I think, year and a half. So you're missing out if you ain't going, Ryan.
I guess I might go.
It's a good time.
So let me in on like the work that it takes to be able to try to get like this stuff lined up, and the support and help you do for the communities and the schools.
It takes a lot to do it, and you can't do it by yourself. It takes a crew. We've got probably one of the best crews we've ever had in the 13 years of running TSW. My wife, she's the one got everything set up to turn it into a nonprofit. So we're an established nonprofit charity organization. The only wrestling company in the state of Kentucky that is an official nonprofit. organization. And so everything that we do is for the community and the kids. That's why all we do now is fundraiser shows or charity shows. Every now and then we'll do a community show. Sorry, my dog's barking. um, like on June 25th, it's a Wednesday, we have a show at the Oven Mitt in Barberville. And that'll be for the community too.
So June 25th, you'll be at the Oven Mitt.
The Oven Mitt, yep.
Is that going to be like a later show, or
It'll be outside, but it'll be at 5. It'll start at, I think it'll start at 6 o'clock that evening. It's going to be in their parking lot. I think it's right across from Knox Funeral Home.
and but Mark, Brian?
Mike, first off, I want to thank you personally and all of yous on all the work that, all the generosity that yous have showed the community and different families. And we know all the good causes that yous put yous bodies on the line, every week or every other week on, all the causes, all the good causes. I want to personally thank you for all that you did for many, many families and like you said, some of the communities and stuff like that. And I know yous are a nonprofit deal, and yous are just in there for families and in there for the fun and for the kids, and just thank you very much for that, man.
Hey, you're welcome. That's what it's all about. If God's blessed us with so much, and it's all we can do just to get, give back.
Yep. And I gotta read this to you, Mike. I think you're being called out here by Fiji. He said, Mike Murphy, I hope you still in one piece after the table match because I'm taking you out as soon as you coming out second. Oh, yes, I am first in line for 40-man Rumble.
We did get drawn. Fiji did get drawn number 1, and I was drawn number 2. So it's going to be a rough night for me, too, Saturday.
So if Brian joined the Rumble up there, how long you think he would hang on?
It's double elimination, so you get 2 chances. You get thrown out of one ring, you go to the second ring. So it's untelling.
I wouldn't last long. I'll go ahead and admit it. I wouldn't last long.
Mike, I've been to several of your events, and you've always put on a great show. And the one thing that really gets my attention is how you react to the fans, and especially the kids. You make it really, really fun for the kids, and I love you all for that because you can tell that you are all about the kids.
That's what it's all about. Without them, then, there's no real reason to do it. Some of these promotions out here, they go, they promote toward the single crowd, but
Yeah.
if it wasn't for families, then it wouldn't be worth doing. The kids is what it's all about. A lot of kids are not in this area, especially, are not going to get a chance to go see WWE live or anything like that. So we're the next thing, the next best thing they're going to see. So we got to make it. We got to give them that experience.
Mike, you did it and done it and stuff like that, and I mean, me just watching you, bruises me up. Just me watching you. I mean, is it something that your body gets used to, or I mean, is that as painful some of them hits and falls as it looks?
That's why you got to go through training. The training toughens your body up for it.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for 28 years. So it's something you have to get used to, and not everybody's cut out for it, but it's tough.
Uh, yeah, I know that you's just like any other sport, and I know you's go through injuries and all that stuff, and just I mean, during a match, I guess if somebody is injured, is a match called in, or do they have to keep? Do you have to keep doing it, or how does that go?
It depends on the injury, really.
Yeah.
That's usually up to the referee.
Yeah. Okay.
If the injury's too bad, the ref calls the match. But if not, we keep going.
But again, I cannot give you all enough praise, and I know all the good deeds that you've did for certain families, and something else I love about your show too. You always open up with the pledge and the prayer, and nothing but the power of prayer, and just God bless all you and the work that you've put in.
Hey, we appreciate it. Yeah, if it wasn't for God, we wouldn't have what we got, and we wouldn't be able to do what we can do. He
Absolutely.
He blesses us with so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Right.
and I got a quick question, Dale. Uh, before y'all go to a match, how do y'all go into a match? I mean, do y'all have a routine that y'all go through, or is this something that you're used to doing?
Everybody's got their own style, so a lot of it is you just go out there and have fun and see who can outdo who. But there's a lot of moving parts with a lot of it, but it's just something that training helps you learn and all that. There's a you got to go by. You got to look at the lineup and see what match you're in and who you're wrestling, and then once you know who you're wrestling, hopefully you've done your research on them.
But it was
Hey, Ryan, just to let you know, the guy that was commenting about Mike here, Fiji, he's a very, I guess you'd consider him in the wrestling business, I think a powerhouse, I guess is what they classify him as. And
So
Fiji's pretty
Mike
rough.
here is, and Mike is too. I mean, he's a very heavy hitter himself. So, I mean, there's going to be a clash right out the gate
hey,
opening up. So.
I've already got Ryan's name. We can call him Flying Ryan Garden. Flying Ryan.
But again, I did see that you're having another show. I think it's June 27th or something down at Lane Camp Baptist Church, if I'm correct.
June 28th, we're going to be at Lynn Camp Baptist Church. It's a tornado relief benefit to help raise money. We're teaming with the church to help raise as much as we can to help the tornado victims in London. So all the proceeds will go towards that. And that one's going to be cage matches.
Uh-oh. You already getting called out, Ryan. Now you're going to have to enter the Rumble.
Oh, Ryan, why are you coming back? You got to come back with something, Ryan. Flying Ryan.
I went last.
Now, on June 21st, we're going to be in Danville, Kentucky, at Morning Point, which is it's a nursing home. We're doing a fundraiser for the assisted living facility. So that's going to be something a little different. This is, like I said, this is our busiest month we've had in a long time. Usually we do 1 or 2 shows a month, but this one we've kind of stacked it up.
Yeah, I mean, you got 4 shows this month. And, I just want to personally thank you for coming on. I just personally want to thank you for coming on and, letting all of our viewers know about some of your upcoming events. And if there's anything that we can do to try to help promote your wrestling business and stuff like that, please feel free to reach out to me and let me know. Because anything I can do to try to help you is helping benefit the community or the cause of your event you're having. I love coming to the shows. My kids love all the interaction they get. And, looking forward to Saturday's event for sure.
We appreciate you putting us on here and helping us spread the word. That's the biggest thing, is letting everybody know about it. That helps more than anything, is spreading the word.
Absolutely. Like I said, anytime that you're having an event or something like that, feel free to send me the graphic that you make, and I'll do whatever I can to try to help you to spread the word out, and hopefully we can try to help you out a little bit.
We appreciate that.
Well, Mike,
Every little bit helps for sure.
absolutely. Well, Mark, Ryan, you got anything for we
Well,
let Mike get back to getting ready for
Flying
his?
Ryan is coming. Flying Ryan is coming. I'm just telling you, he's coming. No, Mike, like I said, I've been to your events. I love them. My family's always loved them. You know, they're all just top notch people. You know, and the funny thing about it is, you know, you have a lot of good trash talkers. We know who they are there. And but then at the end of the shows, you know, they're the first ones out there shaking hands, taking pictures. There's no bad guys at the end of the show. They might be some playing during the show, but
It's
yeah, they're
all
all
about the
great.
kids and the fans.
Yeah, it's all about you. They're all a great group of people, and I cannot say enough praise about you.
We appreciate it.
But Mike, I do
Mine,
again. I do appreciate you, and please feel free to reach out to me. That way, I can help you anytime. And again, thank you for coming on.
I sure will. I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely, and again, thank you very much.
All right, we'll see y'all Saturday.
We'll see you Saturday.
All right,
See you
see
Saturday.
y'all.
See you. Great
flying,
interview, and you know you ready. Speaking of a great interview, Mark, we got to see our next guest
flying Ryan
firsthand up there at
versus
Tate's
Fiji.
Creek.
Flying Ryan versus Fiji. Last man standing.
Are you ready to bring on our next guest, Mark?
We are ready.
Absolutely.
So first off, thank you for taking the time to come on. And you know, Mark's got us running a few minutes behind. He likes talking about flying Ryan Garnett up there.
That's okay.
So I got first thank you for coming on, and just give me the thoughts on how your season went this season.
I thought our season went really good. I thought my season was really good. It was really good as a whole. I thought our schedule was hard. We had some hard games, but a lot of those were able to pull through.
Yes, I go through it. I've seen y'all schedule a few times, and speaking of the schedule, I got to ask you about it. How did you feel about it when you got to see it? Because you all didn't shy away from playing anybody.
No, we didn't. I feel confident in our schedule because I know what my team can do. So whenever our coach sent us the season schedule, I was just like, I feel confident we can win a lot of these games.
And I'm pretty sure you might know this guy a little bit that commented.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, he's a great man. At times I've got to talk to him. I like him, and but he's telling you let's go. But Mark, Ryan, I got 1,000 questions for her. I'll let you.
Okay, then we just got done talking, to our wrestler. We gotta ask you, would you team up with Flying Ryan up there and try to win the tag team belts?
I could never do something like that. No.
So you wouldn't like sneak in the ring and hit somebody with a chair or something like that, or?
I could probably sneak attack them, but I feel like once they see me, I'm done for.
Well, you need to come down to the Knox. Is it Knox Middle School?
Yes.
Saturday and watch Flying Ryan and Fiji go at it there. We're gonna make the match happen, but it should be a good event. But seriously, Kate, got to watch you over there at Tate's Creek and just loved your team, man. Just loved again. Edward's pretty good about picking out talent, and when he brought you on, we start looking at stuff, but while you did, is softball the only sport you do, or are you a multi-sport?
No, I just play softball.
Okay, so what do you do to get your body in shape for it?
I like to go to the gym. Like I'll usually go with my mom or my dad, and
Yeah.
I do about 25 minutes of cardio. So like I'll run a mile on the treadmill, or I'll do something else, and then I just go into weightlifting. Our assistant coach Coach Kelly, she gave us a pamphlet of workouts that she did in college.
And just seeing you out there, we see how good of an athlete you are. I mean, is it just strictly going to be softball to you, or would there ever be a consideration of other sports?
Um, I thought about doing another sport. I'm not specific on which one, but earlier this year I did go to my school's soccer practice one time, and it just wasn't for me.
But we cover soccer too, and the couple times I've went, that would have been one sport I could not have played. There's way too much running involved in that one. Way too much running.
Well, they wanted me
Yeah,
to
I
be
could.
goalie. That's the only way they could get me on the field, honestly.
Um, One thing I like about your team is the togetherness, especially in the dugout, the constant chants and stuff like that. Is that something that you practice, or does it just come natural in the game?
It just comes natural, just even from like the first fall practice that you have on the field, Coach Murphy is always on you about always being loud in the dugout, just talking everyone up. Like it's just a game of communication. So the girls that aren't on the field whenever we're playing defense, they're in the dugout doing their job too.
Have you ever thought about like plugging in like an electric guitar and just start jamming it out in the dugout or something? Or would they actually allow you to do that?
I don't think they would, but I wouldn't put it past some of the girls to try to.
But again, being able to cover your team, we've actually seen you the last couple of years, and we've actually became a fan of your team, and just love your team, your fan base, and just all the people support you. It's hard not to be a supporter of you, and after going up there and meeting all the good people that family, friends, and stuff of the program. Uh, how does it feel, knowing that you've got that much support every single game?
It makes me feel good because not only do I have that support whenever we're playing, like if I come after school to practice and I'm having a bad practice, like my teammates that see that, they'll come up to me and talk me up and everything. So it's not just in the games that they're talking each other up.
Because I know you definitely won us over after watching his last year. It's like, oh, we got to get right back up there. We get a chance to watch him again. I mean, it's what not to like about your team. It's just the heart, the hustle, and just like I said, everybody pulls for you. Right?
Yeah, I got a couple questions for you.
I know what you're gonna ask you.
That's the last one, Mark. That's not the
And
first one.
she did a little bit more bigger area than us, so that might be a harder answer for her to give. Just say.
That's the reason I'm gonna save it for last.
Okay.
But looking at your region, I know it's broken up into two regions. How hard is it to play in that Louisville region?
We have a lot of good teams. We really do. So I say if your team's not having a good day, the region can really lay it down on you.
Yeah, I mean, I know y'all in the district with Assumption. I mean, I know y'all beat them once by looking at your schedule. How hard is it to play them, being how good they've been the last few years?
Every time we play them, it's always a really good game. I feel like we're pretty much I kind of see us the same with like our energy and our aggressiveness and everything. So it's just always a good game whenever we play them if we're on our feet.
Then I got two more questions for you. When you looked at first looked at your schedule, what was one game that you couldn't wait to play in?
Probably manual. I always like the rivalry games. It might not be as big in softball as it is in football or basketball, but when you're at a school with so much spirit, like the rivalry games just always hit hardest, I feel like.
And here's the question that Mark was gonna bring up. What's your favorite restaurant to eat at in Louisville?
There's this place in Shepherdsville called Daniel's Little Mexico. We go there, it is always the best.
Is it like a Mexican restaurant?
Yeah. It's like 20 times better than El DePaul, I feel like.
Kaden, gotta ask you. I gotta tell you this one here. I'm gonna tell it every time until somebody just like, what is wrong with Edward? Okay, he loves Taco Bell. Okay, eats Taco Bell religiously. He'll probably eat Taco Bell after this show, but will not eat Mexican.
Taco Bell's not bad. It's not bad.
See, you don't even know what to say about that.
Well, here's the thing. I'm a very picky eater, and I can't read nothing on the menu, so I don't know what it's coming with. And I'm not big on pointing.
Tell them that there's only like 3 words on the menu anyway: burrito, taco, and rice. You know, you got a burrito deluxe, a pork all burrito, deluxe all burrito, nacho deluxe. I mean, am I right?
I mean, I just look under the genre of food that they have, and I just tell the lady, I'm like, I want that. I feel bad if I butcher the word.
So
But
just guessing off the top of your head, you know, like here in Williamsburg, we probably got about 5 restaurants or something like that. But just guess off the top of your head, how many restaurants you know of, and I mean, just a guess of how many restaurants is in the Louisville area.
Uh, a lot. I know it's a lot,
The never-ending number.
pretty much.
But Edward,
so, you know, this makes, I think, what the second year that we've got to see your team play. So I'm gonna have to ask you about your coach, because you know, a couple of times I've got to speak with him. They seem like they're a great coach, and you know, your assistant coaches I've seen. Times I got to talk to them, they was great too. So you know, tell me about what your coaches has done for you.
My coaches have done a lot for me, honestly, like more than I can even say or even show on the field, because from my freshman year, the very first practice I came out, I knew Coach Murphy was going to push me and just push me to my fullest. And that's how he is with everybody, honestly. And I feel like that's how all of the coaches are, because from the very first practice, they see your potential and they just strive you to be your best version of yourself.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna have to ask you a little bit about the Harrison County game. So I think that went like maybe 9 innings or something.
It's probably my favorite game I've played my high school year so far. That was the most amazing, and just like our dugout was just so electric. Everyone did their part.
I just gotta ask you about the will to win you all had, because I can remember me and Mark here. I think you all went down by 2 or 3 runs or something like that at like the 7th inning. So we walk over to get ready to try to interview Harrison County. By the time we get over there, y'all done tied it back up. So we walk all the way back over. You know, it was a lot of exercise for us, but the will to win is what was so impressive.
Let him tell the truth. We actually did it twice in 2 different innings. We walked over there thinking the game was over.
Yes. But each time y'all battled back to be able to secure that win. And I like I said, I think it went 9 innings, maybe another inning, but I just got to ask you about the will to win in that game.
Coming into that game, our coach already told us, he was like, it's going to be a good game. Like, if we weren't coming up offensively or defensively ready, they were going to jump down our throats. And once we seen that, I feel like our dugout started getting really loud. That was a real big part of the game, I feel like. I know I've been talking about the dugout a lot, but those younger girls.
Your dugout does bring it. We'll give you that for sure.
They definitely do. But that game, it was just amazing. That's the only word I can describe it as.
So I got to ask you about, like, I guess it would be called the adrenaline as a player in that style game because it was two of the state's top teams colliding in that matchup. So I got to ask you about your adrenaline in that game.
Adrenaline was very high. It was very, very high. Um, just before every at bat, I just had to take a second, take a deep breath, and just relax myself because there was a few times I would go up there and I'd be a little shaky. Just all that adrenaline running through you.
So is them fences up there, are they higher than normal or is it just me?
We're a little bit high, just a little.
Yeah, I mean they was pretty tall. I mean I thought it was just me, but I'm gonna have to hit you with a hard hitting question right here. So this year alone, other than the Harrison County game, what would you consider your favorite game you played in?
It's actually in between the Bullet East and Assumption game. One of those two. Because the Bullet East game, we were down one, bottom of the seventh, and runners on second and third. And I come up and I hit a ball to the second baseman, and it luckily gets through, and we end up winning the game. And the Assumption game in the preseason, or the regular season, I mean, it was just a really good game. Like, I feel like they came out thinking that they were just going to dominate us because last year they beat us 3 times, but we just came out with our A game and we showed them that's not going to happen this year.
So talking about A game, I think y'all played Greenup County the first game up there, and I don't think your bats ever stopped swinging.
I knew that they weren't going to. We seen that pitcher warming up, and nothing against her. We all looked and we were like, this is a good reset game because our game before that, we didn't do our best. So it was just a good reset game for all of us to get back on track.
So talking about pitching, what style pitching do you prefer? Do you prefer like the style pitchers that throws it hard, or do you prefer the ones that throws it faster? I mean, like which one do you prefer?
I usually like the faster pitchers because it's either on a day I can't hit it, but if I'm on a good day where I can hit it, then I know the ball's going to go a mile.
So before I get you back over to Mark, I gotta ask you: do you prefer turf or do you prefer the old school like dirt style field?
Dirt all day.
I think that's the first time we've heard dirt. I think everybody else normally says turf.
I just don't like it.
Is it
Like,
because of the
it's
turf burn?
between the turf burn and finding just a sea of turf beads in your shoes after you're done playing the game or even in your pockets. It's just so annoying. From
Yeah, we
when
have
we
a
played Meade County, I think I'm still finding turf beads in my room just in random crevices.
Good, Mark.
A couple of things, Caden. I got to bring this up to you. Just heard Ryan call. Just in case, if everybody that comes on this show gets these calls. So if you get the calls, send your doctor bill to Edward. Okay, he'll cover all your medical expenses. It's some kind of hacking cough. So I hope I don't put bad karma on you. But if you wake up in the morning coughing, blame Edward. Edward said something on this show. But that's the reason why we love bringing you on. Just not only you, but all your teammates are always smiling, happy, and just they're all great interviews. And even if you are from the a bigger city than most of us down here, you all got small town hearts, and we can see it in you. And you're a great group too, and we just love covering you. And like I said, we're fans of Young's. We'll be right back up there again, covering you again next year. We just love your team. But, Edward opened the door to hard hitting questions. So they know what's going to come. So, all Are you ready now? Do you got like the game face on and stuff? Okay.
I'm ready.
So this is just like a question about asking you how well you know your team, okay? And this just has nothing to do with your coaches or assistants or parents or anything. But your team is like in a 15 passenger van or something like that. You're all crammed in there. I don't know if you got 15 players or whatever, but you're in a big passenger van, just teammates only, and the van tears up. Who's going to get out there and fix it? You can't call Ryan Garnett towing or anything like that.
Um, we're out of luck. I mean, I don't really think any of us know the first thing about a car.
So you like somebody just go out there and like start pushing. I guess you got to probably some pretty strong girls or something.
Probably put Jocelyn out there to start pushing the car. She's got insane amount of muscle on her.
Yeah, so
So
she's got
I'll
the
put my
gun
faith in
going
her.
on. Okay.
Probably her
So,
and our catcher, KJ.
well, I would say if you run out of gas, who would pay for it? But if she's out there pushing it, you probably don't need gas. So, we'll strain that question. So she pushes it all the way to a teammate's house, and you're just like, we're done, we're tired, we just want to do some Netflix and chill. Who's cooking dinner that night? And you can't order DoorDash.
Um, honestly, besides our seniors, not a lot of the girls can cook. um, it's definitely not me.
Well,
I say
sit.
probably Rachel. I think Rachel can cook.
So why do you think Rachel will fix for you?
She's probably throwing ramen noodles or something. It won't be nothing gourmet. I won't be expecting none of that.
Well, since you've had to push the vehicle all the way home, I'll give you a break tonight. Go ahead, order you some DoorDash, and we'll call it even. We'll call it tonight. But yeah, you just been a great interview, and I believe you're a sophomore. Am I right? So
Yeah.
So you got a couple more years. We'll get to cover you. But wish you personally the best of luck for whatever you decide next level. And we're supporters of your team, and we'll have a bunch of you on again next year too. But just thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback on what Mark said as well. Congratulations on this good season, Dale, and best of luck to you and your team next year.
Thank you.
So I do got one final question for you before I show you a couple things that we did put together for you. So, through your time playing softball, what would you consider your favorite all-time game?
So far, Harrison County is probably the best game, just because it was such a close game. Like, one inning, they would score 2 runs, we would come back next offensively and just score 2 more. Like, we never let off the gas with them.
I will have to tell you, there was no quit in that game. It was, like I said, the will to win was there, and it was in full force in that game.
Yeah, I will tell you this. I wrote the story on the game. I felt like I was typing a book.
But we do tend to put together a couple graphics for each student athlete, and these are some photos that one of us took while we was up there covering the games, and I have no idea what you're doing, Mark.
Oh.
You've had too much coffee.
Well, I do got my yoga deal.
Yoda, not yoga.
Yeah. Oh, something like that.
But now I don't even know what I was talking about. Not that. So I will send both of these to you, and they also will be posted on every one of our social media sites. But out of the 2 we made, just tell me which one of them you like the most.
Okay. Oh, that's tough. Ooh. I like the second one better.
Yeah.
I don't think that's lightning bolts, but
Well,
I'll give you that one.
it's something like it. It's close.
But Caden, I do want to personally thank you for taking the time to come on and listen to us, ramble on and Mark do his crazy lightning bolt thing.
And
But
we're getting a lot of muscle emojis here, so yeah, I guess you must have been hitting the weights some. Yeah, did Tom start showing the guns a little bit there?
Not yet. You gotta wait till
She's
after
fixing. She's
summer.
fixing
You gotta
to.
wait till after the summer.
she don't want to let none of the secrets out till after the summer.
Her next interview will be a sleeveless shirt. What now?
But I personally want to thank you for taking the time to come on. And if there's anything that we can do to try to help, promote you, support you, or anything that we can do to try to help you get to the next level or anything like that you plan on doing, please feel free to reach out to us because that's what we're here for, is to try to help promote you to the best of our ability. And again, I do got to thank you for taking the time to come on, and looking forward to getting to cover you already next season.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mark, Ryan, you guys ever will let Caden go?
We just want to show some guns here or something. There's one of them. If she's fixing to, she's thinking about it.
They're not there yet. Trust me, I've checked recently. They're getting there though.
They're getting there.
Yeah.
But Mark, Ryan,
I just thank you for coming on. I guess school's out for you now, or
yeah.
Okay, so just again, keep on keeping on what you're doing. Is just you're on track with everything you need to do. Edwards are really good, and Ryan both. Both of them are really good eyes on seeing talent, and I'm telling you, what you're doing is you're on par what you need to do, and just keep on keeping on, and everything will fall into place for you. You got a good attitude, you got a good head on your shoulders, and life will work out really, really well for you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on, Dale.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Had a good interview.
It was a very good interview.
I'm telling you, Kaden will come back next year. Probably one of the first two shows that we do. She'll be like, now look at here, because she must be hitting some weights or something there. Everybody's giving her the arm emojis there. So yeah, and I was like, you want to arm wrestle Ryan? $10 right now. Yeah. Flying Ryan will take you.
Before we close it off, this will be probably the final top 5 must see. So y'all ready to do a rundown on the baseball top 5 must see? So this is your Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media top 5 must see. You got Cole McLean from Taylor County with a .12 ERA. You got Cameron Mays from Paris, 64 out of 65 stolen bases. Connor Napier from Knott County Central with 47 RBIs. Then you got Kentucky Mr. Baseball himself, Cade Elam from Corbin with a .74 ERA and 39 RBIs, which is, they haven't updated the stats from the Whitley County game yet. And then you got Joseph Brigman from Bell County with a .64 ERA.
I've seen two of these teams firsthand, of course, Cade and Joseph, and very talented players. And I just go hark back to Cade. Big shout out to him, Mr. Baseball, and again, just shows us how much talent we have in this region. we just had a Mr. Basketball a few years back, and now a Mr. Baseball. We've had a Mr. Football. I mean, am I missing a sport here? I'm Ryan or Edward, because I know
Yeah,
just here.
yeah, yes, you are. You're missing a Mr. Football.
Yeah, I did say Mr. Football,
Oh,
Daniel Thomas.
okay.
Yeah, I mean this is within the last 2 year span or something like that. It's unbelievable the athletes that we have in this area. A big shout out to Cade and well deserved. And when you talk about sky's the limit, this guy's just it's we're gonna see him on the ESPN.
Right?
Yeah. I'm going a different way tonight. I'm very impressed with Cameron Maysdale. That many stolen bases, of course, in baseball is hard enough to do. You don't see that many stolen bases in the college level in the majors. So I'm very impressed by that.
Absolutely. So now, going over to our final top 5 must see in softball. We may or may not have had one of these guests on today. I mean, my mind does slip occasionally. So your Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media top 5 must see is Macy from Rockcastle with 24 RBIs and 5 home runs. Cheyenne Ross from Harrison County with 211 strikeouts and 38 RBIs. You got Rachel Howard from Pineville with a .64 ERA, which is one of the state leaders. Layla Ogden from South Warren with 75 RBIs and 24 home runs, which is number 1 in both categories. And you got Kaylin Newton from Spencer County with 11 triples, and that's number 1 in that category.
I've seen Rachel firsthand. We know what she's all about, and just a great athlete, well coached, and again, she's got one more year left, and she's going to be breaking a lot of records. But it's hard for me not to give hats off to Macy, especially after that interview. And Edward, I think Macy's probably been on this top 5 list possibly all year for you. I don't think that she's changed. And if she has, maybe you could correct me on that. But it's hard not to not look at the South Warren kid. 24 home runs, 75 RBIs, leader. I think state leaders in both. If I heard that right, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's top 3 on hits also.
And I'm gonna go to the South Warren player. That's impressive. That many home runs and that many RBIs.
I mean, I'm not going to question any coach in any region, but when somebody like that comes up to the plate, they're leading the state in homers, they're leading the state in RBIs, they're a state leader in hits. Why would you pitch to her? I mean, in all honesty, I know they'll say, "Well, we got hitters behind her." Yeah, I'm sure you do, but why?
Yeah, I mean, that's impressive numbers anyway.
Michael Jordan had Scottie Pippen and all that, Dennis Rodman and all that stuff, but put poor guys on Michael Jordan and make somebody else beat you. And that's how I would look at it. I would say, we're not pitching to you. Somebody else on your team's going to beat us. But that's just me. That's just me.
Absolutely. So, all good things must come to an end. So, fellas, I'm going to get y'all's final thoughts before we close off here.
Go ahead, Ryan.
I just want to, again, like I hopped on Sunday as well, thank you to all the scores that allowed us to cover y'all. And then my final inspirational quote for the year: every day is a new opportunity. You can build on yesterday's success or put its failures behind and start over again. That's the way life is, with a new game every day. and that's the way baseball or softball for is. And that was by Bob Feller, if I said that last name right.
Edward, as far as numbers, I'm not going to say, this is, numbers we broke records or what, but I will honestly tell you that I think that this is one of the best put together shows that you did. I'm going to give you credit on that. This is well planned, and I loved every one of the guests that you brought on. I think this is one of the best put together shows that you did. I'm not just saying that. I really mean that. The guest was awesome tonight. I love bringing on Mike, and him talking about what they do for the community and stuff like that. I'll tell you, this was a really really good show, and you did good work putting this together with Macy and Caden, and love both of them interviews, and you can see how much love that Caden's getting from the Louisville Bell family, and Macy was just, I'm telling you, really, really good show. And I do mean that. And I don't really have nothing inspirational. I just want to give you credit, Edward. Just a good show for the work that you put in on this show. I just love the balance with it tonight. Really good show. Did good.
Well, I do appreciate it. And so, I'm going to leave it like I always do. I know softball and baseball is about over with. We're going to have a couple months worth of dead period, but then another sport opens right back up. So for everybody that's watching it, everybody that's going to watch it, and everybody that'll see this show later on, the only thing I can tell you is you heard it from multiple guests. You heard it from Marvelous Mike Murphy, from what they do. Please get out and go cover these student athletes. Go Saturday and the following Saturday and so forth, and go watch some TSW wrestling, because everything you're doing for them, they're doing, turning around back for the community, back for the school, the church, for a family. I mean, everything they do is for a cause. But go out and cover these student athletes. Go out and watch them. Go out and see the hard work, the dedication, the blood, sweat, and tears they put in to the sports that they play. You heard it firsthand. You had a young lady that tore her ACL that put in all this work to get back to be able to play this season. Then you heard it from another young lady talking about how, the will to win never died. It stayed there in a game. Go out there. They'd love to hear y'all in their stands screaming, hollering, for them. So, all I can tell you is please get out there and go cover these young student athletes. So from everybody here at the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media, just want to tell you God bless and good night.